Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while since my last one, but I have something really cool to show you guys today. It's my PSA submission, as you can see here, that I submitted before the value tiers closed. So I haven't shipped them out yet. I was meaning to get this video done before I shipped, but luckily the time that counts is the submission time, not the time you ship. So I still have a bit of time to ship. But yeah, I do want to just showcase this submission that I'm sending before I send it out. And basically, I probably won't see these cards for like 9-10 months minimum, and that's okay. I decided I had been meaning to submit cards for so long, and I finally scrounged together a submission, and it's about, I think, 57 cards, give or take. So yeah, I'm gonna go through all of them, and then yeah, that'll be the video. So anyway, without further ado, I'll get right into it. So the first one I have here for you guys is this Leafeon Cosmos Holo. If you guys know me, then you know I love Cosmos Holos. These are some of the greatest cards they've made recently, so I really like this Leafeon. So yeah, you're gonna see a few of these. So the Leafeon, I'll put them face down so I keep them in the same order. The Glaceon, oh, there's something on the card. Oh, that's on the card saver. So yeah, the Glaceon's really cool. And then I'm trying to maybe get like one sequential set. Not that it really matters with these, because it's not like it's a full set or anything, but I kind of have them laid out that way. So the Sylveon is probably the best artwork wise. I really like it. It's really cool. And then another Leafeon, and sorry, these cards might stick a little bit. They've been sitting in this pile for a while. Another Glaceon, another Sylveon, as you guys can see. Maybe I'll move these out to build up a little bit more suspense. So I'll move these out, and also it'll be easier to show. So yeah. I got the Leafeon, another one. Now next, a Glaceon again. So yeah, these ones, they're all gonna be repetitive for a bit. Leafeon, Glaceon, and then we have here, I'm gonna keep them all just like in the same order though. That's why I'm going one by one. So next we have another pair, the Leafeon and the Glaceon. As you guys know, or may know, the Leafeon and the Glaceon were the evolutions introduced in Gen 4, so I do have a kind of a bias towards them. They are my two favorites. And then lastly, one more Leafeon. So I mostly collect Japanese, and I don't really, when I submit to PSA, I don't really submit English because it's such a crapshoot. But I am submitting some English in this submission, so yeah, we'll see what grades we get back on these. So for my next three cards, it's three of the Mega Lucario EXs from the premium poster collection. Just from looking at a few of these and from what people are saying, it seems like they grade pretty well. So yeah, I'm hoping for 10s on these. I checked them out. I took one from the box that I opened, and then I bought two at a card show. So we'll see what happens. Next is this Espeon EX. I actually pulled this out of Prismatic Evolutions. It's a bit top heavy, but we're gonna see what happens with PSA. Hopefully they are a little more lenient. We'll see. But yeah, other than that, it's really clean. Yeah, my one good pull out of Prismatic Evolutions, I was actually pretty lucky. I only opened like 48 packs, which as far as Prismatic goes, that's pretty good. Next, the Steelix I opened from like my first Mega Evolutions booster bundle that I opened. It's not really expensive in PSA 10 or anything, but I figured it looks good, might as well. Next, we got this Jolteon promo from Prismatic Evolutions out of the surprise boxes. Next two cards, now we're getting into some more Japanese. So next is this, the Sleeping Mew from Crown Zenith or V-Star Universe. So I have two of these. We'll see. Some of these are kind of experiments. I want to say there's maybe some like white edge whitening on one of these, and I just want to see what PSA will give it. So we'll see what happens there. Another V-Star Universe card. Got the Glaceon, V-Star, and I didn't have a gradable Leafeon, or else I would submit them kind of like back to back with each other. Next, I have the Charizard in English and the Mega Charizard in Japanese. So I want to see if I can get like a sequential set here. They're both pretty good. I expect a 10 for both, but again, you never know. I hope I'm putting these back in the right order. I think I am. Next, some more Mega Dream EX, the Pikachu EX. I was lucky to pull this from the 11 boxes that I opened. A cool card. It's kind of expensive in a 10, so you know, I'm not super tied to it. So, you know, if I do get a 10, then I can sell it to maybe, you know, pay for the submission. Not fully, but partially at least. This EV, so for a while I was gonna do like a full set of all the prismatic EVs in my binder, or terrestrial EVs, but I'm not really tied to it anymore, so this one looked good enough to submit, so I just pulled it out of the binder and I'm gonna submit it. Next, if you guys follow my Instagram, you'll recognize these two. I actually pulled 3 Zoroark EXs from my Mega Dream EX opening, so I was pretty lucky in that regard, but I'm submitting 2 of them. I'm gonna keep one for the binder. But yeah, really like cool cards. They're really nicely detailed and textured, so I like the artwork a lot. Next, I have a Charizard Classic Collection Japanese that I got from off eBay for a pretty good price, and it does look 10 worthy, so I am hoping for 10s on these on this one, sorry. But yeah, it's a really cool card. If I'm gonna own any card that's like the base set Charizard, I figured it should be this one. This one's probably my favorite reprint they've done. And I know that's kind of like a zoomer take, I guess, but I like it a lot. Sorry, next I got the Mega Rayquaza EX. This is actually from, I wanna say it's Emerald Break. So this is not the Celebrations version or anything. This is actually like the legit real version. And I got it off like Tarika Camp or something, and it was really cheap. It was like 12 bucks. But in a PSA 10, it's like 200 to 300 bucks. So figure might as well send it. And I've been holding on to this one for like so long now, just waiting to send it, and I just didn't until now. Next, I got the Giratina EX, and this one is, I think, from Bandit Ring, I want to say. Sorry, I just leaned in super close to the camera. Yeah, Bandit Ring, and I don't have, this will not get a 10. I know it won't get a 10. You can see there's some whitening on the corner there, right there. I'm hoping for a 9 though, because it's really that, and sorry, I kind of took it off the camera for a second. It's like that and that, and that up there. You guys can see that. So I don't know, it could get an 8, honestly. This might be an 8. I want to say the back is really clean though. So, other than that right there. So maybe this is an 8, but I don't know. I just wanted to submit it anyway, see if it got a 9. If it doesn't get a 9, I'm just going to crack it and put it in my binder, because the reason why I want it in a 9 is because if you guys can see the 2 cards in the background, I have both other full art Giratinas from like XY Black and White in a 9. So I was hoping to complete the Trinity, the trifecta with the Bandit Ring one, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. It's all good. Next, this one is kind of a pricier one. This is the Pikachu, or Red's Pikachu. I got this for like 60 bucks raw off eBay like over a year ago now. And I was gonna put it in my binder, but it's too clean to not submit. And now that the price is ridiculous in a 10, it's like $1,500 last time I checked. So I figured I'd just submit it. Once again, there's something on the card saver. So anyway, it's a really cool card, but yeah, it is very expensive in a 10 now. They used to be very, very cheap. Next, I bought quite a few of the Gen 1 starters in Japanese, and out of all the like ones that I bought, these 2 were the, actually there is a Bulbasaur later, but these 2 Charmanders were the only ones that I felt were 10 worthy. So yeah, I'm submitting 2 Charmanders. Gen 1 tax, makes them pretty expensive. Next, Darkrai V-Star from V-Star Universe. So this card is really, really sick, and I actually really like it. I love to keep them for my binder, but the 10 prices also shot up quite a bit for these. I remember I graded, like, when V-Star Universe first came out, I submitted a submission that was basically all V-Star Universe, and at the time, the Darkrai V-Star in a PSA 10 was like 50 bucks, and now it's like over 200, and I think it's because of the Bisai and everything, but yeah, really cool card. I actually pulled one of these recently in an opening I did on this channel, the V-Star Universe versus Mega Dream box opening. So yeah, one of these is that card that was pretty good, and then I had another one that was an extra, so they both look good. Decided I would submit them. Now we're going to go back to some English real fast. I did a Phantasmal pack opening recently, trying to search for the special art of the Mega Charizard X. Obviously didn't find it, but I figured I would just submit these two to hopefully get a 10. I think they're both going to do well in general, and obviously this would be to sell. I don't really care too much about them, but yeah, I feel like price-wise, it's a Mega Charizard, and then the Wigglytuff is like already like $100 or something, so we'll see. Next, one more V-Star Universe card. We got the Deoxys V-Star. I really like this one, and I love Deoxys as a Pokemon. I know, unpopular opinion maybe, but this card is super sick, and so is the VMAX. Both of them are really cool. Next up, we got, let's see, okay, let me do it like this. So next up, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 EVs from Crimson Haze, or Twilight Masquerade in English. And I bought, I want to say I bought like 20 of these over the course of like a year. So I just picked out like 5, actually 6. There's gonna be one later on that I forgot to lump in here. But yeah, so I picked out like 6 that I thought were 10 contenders, and yeah, I decided to submit them because the price has definitely gone up on these two, as the English one has gone out of a lot of people's price range, specifically into 10. Sorry, lips are super dry. So next, I got the Dialga. This one is one of my favorite cards, honestly. I really, really love the artwork for Dialga. I love the holo. This one came from a sealed pack that I got. So I ripped open the sealed pack and I pulled the one that I thought had the most acceptable centering. It's still not great centering, and once again, there's stuff on the card saver. It's not great centering, but I'm hoping it'll be enough for a 10. I think I tried measuring it myself with like a ruler. It could fall in the 55-45. It could not. I honestly couldn't tell. But yeah, altogether, looks pretty good. It's really clean. Obviously, it came from a sealed pack, which that's not a guarantee of 10, but I'm hoping in this case it will be. Next, I got these 2 PSA promos that I don't care about them. They just came with the magazine, so I figured I'd just try to get them in a 10 and sell them. Pay for the subscription cost of the PSA, for PSA subscription. Next, we got Bulbasaur I was talking about earlier. Another Gen 1 Japanese starter from 151, and then that other Eevee that I was talking about. These have like really moved around. Yeah, so another Eevee. And then we're coming towards the end here. I am missing one card. I'll have to go grab it. I have this Arceus V, and you guys can kind of see like the silvering on the sides and stuff. This is another experiment because obviously this is pack fresh. Like I also opened a sealed pack of this to come out to get this. It's from the Legends Arceus. It came with the game. But I want to see how harsh they are on these kind of factory imperfections, because it's not like the card is damaged or anything. That's just how a lot of these come out of the pack. So I just wanted to see, if it gets a 9, that's fine. If it gets a 10, then I will have my answer, because it's really hard to tell from scans. Next, I have one of my favorite cards of all time, the Deoxys and Espeon, or Espeon and Deoxys. I think it's Deoxys and Espeon, I could be wrong. But I love this card a lot. I have 3 copies. I have 2 9s, and then I have this one raw, so I was like, I'll try to 10 it, see what happens. I think it would be cool to own in a 10. So this one actually, if I get a 10, it's for the personal collection. If I don't get a 10, I'll probably just crack it and put it back in my binder. So no harm, no foul. Next, I have 3 more tag teams that I'm submitting in this bulk submission. So the Charizard and Braixen, the Blastoise and Piplup, and then I want to say it's Igglybuff, Cleffa, and Togepi. So I have like I have a bunch of tag team in Japanese, and they've all been sitting in a binder. So I've decided to break them up, and I'm going to submit these and try to get 10s. The prices in 10s have just gone up so much. It doesn't make a lot of sense for me to hold on to potentially clean copies when I could just maybe if I get a 10, I sell them, and I can go buy a 9 or raw copy and then still have some money left over. So that's kind of my philosophy. The sad part is I have a Venusaur and Snivy, but the Venusaur and Snivy is not 10 worthy, so I can't submit it for the kind of the sequential set, unfortunately. But yep, those are some of the bigger cards in the submission, and then these 3 are kind of to round out the submission, pretty cheap cards. So we have the Pikachu, which has actually gone up a lot in Japanese, the Meowth, or Team Rocket's Meowth, and then the Tyranitar, which it's expensive in English, but in Japanese it's actually still very cheap, even in a 10. So that's the bulk submission. I'm gonna go grab the one card that I'm submitting in value max, which I actually am having second thoughts submitting, so maybe I'll see if I can somehow not submit it and maybe send it to CGC instead. But yeah, I'll go grab that. Give me 1 second. Okay, I went and grabbed the card. So for the last card, it is the Gardevoir and Sylveon GX, or Sylveon and Gardevoir GX. I always mix up the naming, but Yeah, so this card is I cracked it out of a CGC 9.5 blue label. So it's a little bit better. I would say CGC 9.5 blue label is like a CGC 10 white label, and I think CGC, I don't remember. I want to say that you were able to send a CGC 9.5 to them and they'd like give it to you in a 10, I think. Regardless though, or maybe it was just the pristines or something, but regardless, this card is really cool. It's a really kind of cute card. It's very expensive in a 10. It's like it's over $2,000. But even in a 9, it's about 1,000. But I'm just gonna submit this in value max because I know I'll probably be upcharged either way. Honestly, there are a few cards in my bulk submission that I'll also be upcharged on. But whatever, I'll deal with that when it happens. But this one will probably get an upcharge. But I don't think it'll 10. So that's kind of the crux of the story because it is, as you can see, it's off center. You can tell just by looking at it. I think it'll get a 9. So part of me doesn't want to submit to PSA and maybe just try to submit it back to CGC to get just a CGC 10. But anyway, that is the last card of the sub. So yeah, shorter video than usual. Not short, but hopefully a little less lengthy. So anyway, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what card is your favorite, and I will hopefully get these back in a not super long time, but I'm not hopeful. Anyway, have a good rest of y'all's day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.